These long dog days of summer, I mean, we just made it through a heat wave. Mama was parched through this heat wave. I was hitting up Dunkin' every single day, and I will continue to probably for the rest of my days, but especially this summer. Dunkin' is helping everyone stay cool this summer with its lineup of refreshers. These drinks are packed with bold, fruity flavors and served ice cold. It's amazing. Dunkin' refreshers are the perfect afternoon pick-me-up. I like to start my morning with them personally, and then sometimes I go back for a second one because I'm just feeling crazy. They come in a variety of delicious flavors, including fan favorites mango pineapple and strawberry dragon fruit. And then for a limited time, there's black cherry and there's pink pineapple. I'm going to tell you something right now, and it's a bold claim, let me tell you, but I stand behind it. Pink pineapple will change your life. It is so good. It has me feeling like I'm sitting in a pool, resort side, just living, honey. It's so yummy. Try your favorite flavor with green tea, sparkling water, lemonade, or Dunkin's all-new limeade. I haven't tried the limeade yet, but I'm going to. Usually I get my drinks made with green tea and occasionally lemonade, but I do really like the green tea. Or if you don't want to build your own, try one of Dunkin's curated refreshers like the Cherry Lime Ricky or the Ultimate Pink Daydream. The Cherry Lime Ricky, scrumptious. I could drink like 3 of these a day. They're so freaking yummy. Head to Dunkin' today and find your favorite refresher. Dunkin' refreshers contain less than 1% fruit juice. Limited time offer. Chilling crime cases are mysterious, but finding coverage shouldn't be. With the State Farm Personal Price Plan, you have options and can personalize your plan to help create an affordable price so you can get back to cracking all of life's bigger cases. Talk to a State Farm agent today to learn how you can choose to bundle and save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Head to statefarm.com to get a quote. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.
Hey weirdos, I'm Alaina.
And I'm Bob.
And this is Morbid.
I just wanted to throw you off. I'm
You kind of
Ash.
did. I loved it.
Your face was funny. Mini Morbid. Mini Morbid, Mini Morbid. and this is Morbid.
I was like, I guess this is Morbid.
So guys,
With Alaina
it's
and Bob.
It's me, Ash.
It's me, Ash, guys.
It's me, Ash.
Hey, everybody. We are back for our mini-sode of the week.
Yay.
We're doing it.
Mini.
And it's Elena's mini-sode, so strap in.
It's not even an actual mini-sode.
It might be. I think I'm going to do it. I'm not going to tell you what this mini-sode is about quite yet, because we have to thank our patronuses.
And in the weirdos category this week, we have Robert K. Smalley.
Robert K. Smalley, you are Biggie,
Yeah.
not Smalley.
I feel like I'm saying it wrong, and I'm sorry, Robert. Smalley.
But either way, you're huge, Robert.
You're the hugest patron ever.
You really are.
We love you.
Welcome.
Welcome. In the window latching coven, there's a shit ton of people, and the first one is Chloe Broom.
Chloe, is it broom or room?
Broom.
Broom.
I'm sick. Chloe Broom.
Thank you so much, Chloe. I love you, and I would lend you my favorite sweater.
I thought you were going to say you would lend her your favorite broom.
I wouldn't do that. I don't have a favorite broom, so.
Today I got to Swiffer at work, and I was so fucking excited about it.
That's something.
Love Swiffering. Anyways, sorry I got off topic
You got
there.
off topic.
Shit.
Stop.
Next up is Samantha Marble.
Samantha Marble, you are... I actually was confusing the word marble and bonkers in my head for a second. I don't know why.
We are so tired.
We are. It's been a long week, guys.
But that's off topic.
But Samantha Marble, you are awesome, and I'll bake you a casserole.
Wow. Next up is Jolene.
Thank you.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you, Samantha Marble. Next is Jolene Piercy.
Jolene Piercy, I just love you.
I love you,
I just
Jolene,
love you, Jolene.
too.
Thank you so much.
Jolene.
I know, that's what I was thinking
Except I
of.
think, is it Jolene or is it Joanne? Which song is that?
Oh, it's Joanne. But Jolene
No, I think that is
Jolene
Jolene.
is a Dolly Parton song.
Yeah, but no, I think Lady Gaga has a Jolene song,
No,
too.
it's Joanne.
I think there's two.
I don't know.
Right in.
Yell at us. Tell us.
I wish Annie was here.
Yeah, she would know.
She would definitely know. Next Patreon is a Madonna. Madonna Samantha.
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 So hot right now.
I love when you say that.
Thank you, Samantha.
Thanks. And then Nicole Francis.
Nicole Francis.
Nicole, my middle name is Nicole, and I love the name Nicole.
There you go. Thank you, Nicole.
And then the next Patreon is like the worst.
Oh, no.
I really don't like her.
Uh-oh. Do we have to thank her?
Let's just skip over Allison Knox.
Allison Knox. No.
No.
Just kidding. Allie is one of my best friends on planet Earth and my universe soulmate. And I love you so much, Allie. And thank you so much for supporting us.
And she's my friend because any friend of Alaina's is a friend of mine. And
It's
actually,
true.
me and Allie are Snapchat friends, so get on my level.
Whatever, man.
Thanks, Allie.
Thanks, Allie. We love you.
We love you. Come home.
Yes, come home.
Next is Georgia Schloss.
Georgia Slosh.
And I like to say your name because it's
I love it.
Schloss.
I love it so much. And I just like the name Georgia's a cute name. I
Yeah.
just like that name. Thanks, Georgia.
Thank you.
You're the
Georgia
best.
Rule. Have you ever seen that movie? It's one of my favorites.
It's a weird movie.
It is a very
It's a very
strange
odd
movie,
movie.
but I love it.
Oh, Carrie Elwes is in that, though, and I loved young Carrie Elwes. So
Oh, is he the guy that she's into?
he's the creep dude. No, he's the creep dad.
Oh, fuck
But
him.
young, but he was also in Princess Bride. As You Wish. Hello.
As you wish. Next is Lisa. I'm sorry if I fuck your last name up. I'm gonna go with Fulub.
Lisa Fulub.
Or Fulb.
You know what?
Fulb. I'm going with Fulb.
Lisa Fulb. I just love you. You're just the best. I have written many poems about you.
These are getting weirder and weirder as the
No,
weeks
they
go
are.
on.
Thank you so much, Lisa.
Thanks, Lisa.
I'll sing you a sonnet someday.
Girl, Lisa's gonna unsubscribe. Next is Rebecca Fakir.
Rebecca Fakir, come here. You're the best.
Let us give you a hoog.
Thank you, Rebecca.
We have another Madonna. Marlena.
Marlena. So hot right now.
So hot right now.
And that's a great name.
Yeah, it is. It's a pretty
Marlena.
name.
Marlena.
Marlena.
I feel like you're just like everything. Marlena, you are everything.
Everything.
Thank you so much.
Now, in the JLB category, we have Amanda Ramiro.
Amanda Ramiro.
You
You're
are
my hero. Hey-o.
Whoa.
Thank you so much, Amanda Ramiro.
Thank you. And then we have Katie Jo York.
Katie Joe York. I love when there's a Joe in a name.
I like that your last name is York because it reminds me of Charlotte York from Sex and the City, who we also referenced last week.
We did. Wow. Connection.
Kismet.
Wow. So kismet.
So kismet right now.
Kismet. Thank you so much.
Our last Patreon of this week in the Jagged Little Bitch category is
Tim
Tim Tisano.
Desano.
No,
Thank
no.
you. Oh,
Tisano.
Tim Tisano. Alliteration. I love it.
Tita.
Tim, thank you so much.
Thank you, Tim.
And I will bake you some cookies next time I see you.
You're promising a lot of food.
I am. I like cooking, man. So I'm on it. Thank you so much, Tim.
Yay.
And
Thank you.
to all of our Patronuses. You guys are amazing. And actually, I just ordered some fun pins to send you guys, and I'm excited about it.
Pins.
So I'll post a photo of them on the Instagram. They're supposed to come today, actually, so we'll see if that happens.
Why aren't they here yet? It's like
saying.
almost 8 o'clock.
I know, but UPS, man.
Oops.
So, without further ado, now that we've thanked those amazing people,
I don't know what the case is this week.
you don't.
We're going to start doing that for our mini-sodes. We're going to start surprising each other.
Surprise each other.
Surprise.
So tonight's mini-sode is going to be about the Paisley witches in Scotland.
I'm so excited because I'm a witch.
And I love a good witch trial. Like, I love any witch
we
trial.
do.
It's just fascinating.
They are.
And Scotland has a pretty sordid history with witches.
Well, we're Scottish.
We are, and that's why I kind of feel like I was like connected to this in a way. So I was like, maybe one of our ancestors is a witch. Who knows?
Well, they are, because I'm a witch.
Yeah. So there you go. So, and I mean, Scotland is one of those places. It's just, it's different from America in the way that I feel like it's like Europe and like, across the pond kind of respects tradition and like
way more than America does.
Like it's just like they hang on to like ancient history and stuff. Like it's just cool over there.
They pay homage.
They pay so much homage. And so I just felt like I had to dive into this because they had some pretty gnarly witch trials.
Did I say homage correctly?
I think you did, and I'm sure if you didn't, someone will yell at us, but sandwich it within a compliment. So don't worry about it.
You can tell we're a little salty this week.
Yeah, guys, we got a couple of salty messages recently.
So it made us salty. We're all just lightly salted.
We're a little salted right now.
I wish there was some vinegar there, too, because that's my favorite chip.
Ooh, I want some of those right now. So let me start by giving just a little bit of background on Scotland's witch trials. Under the Scottish Witchcraft Act of 1563, both the practice of witchcraft and even consulting with witches were considered capital offenses.
Shit.
So even if you went to some, like, because they respected medicine women and medicine men at one point, and, like, healers and stuff, but then when this all started happening, they were like, no. Now you went to that person, you also are being put on
messed
trial.
up.
Yeah. And this act stayed on Scottish statute books until it was repealed as a result of the House of Lords amendment to the bill for the Post-Union Witchcraft Act of 1735. So that's a long time.
That is a very
That's like
long
almost
time.
200 years. So
That's like how old you are.
yeah, almost. I mean, close. Ass. So the first major series of trials under the new act were the North Berwick witch trials, which began in 1589. These trials had King James VI playing a pretty major role in them, and he was kind of like he was playing a victim in them, like he was claiming to have been bewitched. They think that his involvement actually happened because he went to King James VI went to a visit to Denmark in 1589, the same year. In Denmark, witch hunts were already, like, pretty common. It was already happening. They think when he was there, it kind of encouraged him to kind of take an interest in the study of witchcraft and also kind of get a little spooked about, like, how witches can bewitch you and fuck up your life and all that good stuff.
They can also do, like, good shit for you.
But back then, they weren't thinking that. They were like, no, all they do is bad shit. So they were psyched when they could heal them and, like, give them spiritual guidance. But then they were like, as soon as some little shit had a fit, they were like, oh.
Shit fit.
So, on his way to Denmark and on his way back, King James came into a little bad weather, some storms, while he was on his voyage. And so he immediately on the way back was like, this is a result of witchcraft.
Or just bad weather.
I mean, one might think that. After he returned to Scotland from his visit to Denmark, he attended the North Berwick witch trials. And these were the first major persecution of witches in Scotland under that 1563 Act. Remember that.
Noted.
Several people, like a woman named Agnes Sampson and a schoolmaster named John Fian, were convicted of witchcraft in these trials because they were said to have been the ones to send storms to stop James VI's ship.
Now, what evidence was there?
No idea.
Okay.
So they were just like, you did it.
You guys smell kind of funny.
Yeah, you guys are weird.
You sent the storms.
Yeah, pretty much. You're double jointed, so you did it.
Oh, fuck, I'm double jointed.
This is when King James VI really became obsessed with witchcraft and the threat that witches apparently posed to him. And he started to next believe that a nobleman named Francis Stuart, who was the 5th Earl of Bothwell, so not just like some peasant, like this is a nobleman,
Of Bothwell.
was a witch. Yeah, and he was the 5th Earl of Bothwell. Don't you mess with the 5th Earl of Bothwell.
Don't you just mess with Bothwell.
Not at all, but you definitely don't mess with the 5th one. And so he started thinking that this dude was a witch. And when this Francis Stuart, 5th Earl of Bothwell, found this out, he knows what comes with that, so he just, like, fled for his life. Like, he just pieced.
He's like, actually, I'm busy all the days after today.
Literally.
So I can't mark you in the calendar.
Can't attend that trial. Thank you,
Sorry,
though.
RSVP? Hell no.
Have fun. Let me know how it goes. Tag me on Instagram.
Best regards, James.
And
Earl of
immediately
Bothwell.
he was tagged a traitor. So the king...
On Insta?
Yeah, on Insta. He was tagged a traitor.
Because you said tag him in the
I did.
pics. I'm screaming.
That wasn't even on purpose.
I know.
So this made the king set up a royal commission, like several royal commissions actually, just to hunt down witches in his realm. And his recommendation was to torture the people that they caught, that they thought were witches.
Because what else were you going to do in like 1500 something?
I'm saying. And King James VI was known to have personally supervised the torture of women accused of being witches.
So he was just sadistic.
Pretty much. And so inspired by this whole thing, in 1597, he wrote something called the Demonology, which was something that basically, it was just like a tome that opposed the practice of witchcraft and provided background material for Shakespeare's Macbeth.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And fun fact, I played a Scottish witch in Macbeth in high school. Boom.
Fun fact, I didn't
I did.
do that in high school.
And it was fun.
I did that last week, though.
Yeah, well,
Just
I'm
kidding.
jealous. So James, unfortunately, James just seems like kind of a little bitch. Like King James VI seems like a little bitch. And his focus was basically to focus fear on female communities and large gatherings of women. I feel like James might have been rejected a few times in his day.
Probably. Willing to
Seems
say.
like he's slightly butthurt.
I'd put a little bit of cash on
And then
that.
he became king, and he was like, wait, I can fix this with my power.
I just can't
So
wait.
he did this, focusing the fear on female communities and large gatherings of women, because he figured by doing this, he was going to ruin any political influence that women had, because widespread belief in conspiracy of witches and a witch's Sabbath with the devil made you, like, any knowledge of that and any, like, association with that, you weren't going to have any political influence after that.
Yeah.
So he was basically just smearing these women and making sure that they could not threaten his political power. Because he was fucking scared of women. Like, he just was. He was scared of women.
Who isn't these days?
And because occult power was supposedly a womanly trait, because women were, quote, weaker and more susceptible to the devil. Or maybe
We're just bad bitches.
he's just scared that women could fuck you up.
They can. I'm not weak.
Now, all of this, and then shortly after his publication of the Demonology, his views started to become more skeptical.
Why?
And in the same year, he revoked the standing commissions on witchcraft and limited prosecution.
Why?
So he all of a sudden just took a step back and was like, wait, I'm starting to think this is crazy. Nobody knows exactly, well, I couldn't find exactly why, I'm sure people know. But he's suddenly started becoming more skeptical. with the whole thing.
Weird.
Yeah. And then he just started, like, pulling back on letting prosecutions happen, which is
Maybe.
like, that's nice that you did that, but a little bit too late. Like, you've already done it.
He met a lady,
Maybe.
and she softened his ways.
Or maybe he met a dude and he realized, like, okay, I can be, like, comfortable here.
Yeah.
Like, I can stop being angry and, like, denying myself. Who knows?
I don't know.
I mean, who knows? King James VI. I don't know a lot about him.
I know nothing.
I was going to go a little more into him, but I didn't want to take up too much time on him and not focus on all this.
Because it's a mini morbid.
Exactly. So, an estimated 4,000 to 6,000 people, mostly from the Scottish lowlands, were tried for witchcraft in this period.
Holy cow.
It's a lot of people. That's actually a much higher rate than England, which gets a lot of the press for the witch trials.
Yeah.
But Scotland was, like, taking the cake here. They're like swooping in under the radar. There were major series of trials in 1590 to 91, 1597, 1628 to 31, 1649 to 50, and 1661 to 62. 75% of the accused were women. Shock. Modern estimates indicate that more than 1,500 persons were executed. The way that they were executed, most were strangled, like
Jeez.
garroted,
Ugh.
and then burned.
Oh.
And some of them were burned alive. That did happen.
Hate that.
Yeah, don't love it. So in 1649, the religiously radical Covenanter regime, and I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, Covenanter, I believe, regime.
Alaina.
Oh, God, I'm going to get in so much
You should
trouble.
know how to pronounce simple words.
I should know how to pronounce every word ever.
In the entire dictionary, every single dictionary you should read and learn how to pronounce all of the words.
How dare you? Well, the Covenanter regime passed a new Witchcraft Act that ratified this existing act and extended it to now deal with consulters of, quote, devils and familiar spirits, who these people would now be punished with death as well.
Yikes.
So now it's like anybody who makes offerings to spirits, anybody that has any kind of spirituality whatsoever, you're fucked.
Damn. Like, all my friends would be dead.
I know. Everybody I know would be.
Literally.
There were 3 main types of court in which the accused witches were tried and, the whole thing. First was the Court of Justiciary in Edinburgh, which took cases from, like, all over Scotland. But they definitely had a heavy bias on the Edinburgh region, like the local region. The second court were the circuit courts, which were provided over by judges from the central courts and held in various places all over the country. And then the third one was a series of ad hoc local courts, which were held under commissions by the Privy Council of Parliament. And they were basically run by local landowners and just like random, gentlemen from around town, which sounds really good. And they were trying, like, that sounds like it's going to work really well. And they were trying witches in places where they were accused. So if you were accused in this county, that's where they would hold this ad hoc court.
Got it.
And they would just, like, pull gentlemen and, like, local landowners and be like, preside over this.
I'd be like, I'm busy.
Yeah, I'd feel like, I
have to own this
cannot
land.
do this. So, based on the known outcomes now, the execution rates for those local courts were much higher.
They were just bored.
Yeah, because they just didn't know what they were doing. Much higher than the courts run by, professional lawyers and professional law people.
Weird.
The local courts actually executed almost 90% of the accused.
Wow.
Judiciary court executed 55% of the accused, and the circuit courts only 16%.
What was the circuit court again?
The circuit court was the second one. They were provided over by judges from the central courts and held in various places all over the country.
Okay.
So those ones apparently had the lowest one. In the first one that had, that was in Edinburgh was the one with the 55%, and then that stupid last one had 90%.
Right.
It's interesting because Scottish witchcraft trials were notable for their use of pricking, which was also used in Salem.
Pricking?
Called pricking. This was when a suspect's skin was pierced with needles, pins, anything sharp. And because it was believed that they would have a devil's mark. And they would always look for that devil's mark. And that devil's mark was supposed to be not be able to feel pain. So it was supposed to be numb. So they would poke them all over to see if they could find a spot that it didn't hurt.
Who came up with this?
It's like the ones that they would, like, dunk them in the water, and if you drowned, you were innocent, and if you lived, you were,
but I'm dead,
yeah.
So...
Like, this was all just to fuck with people. Now, there was professional prickers that were, like, set to do these things.
What?
I think they should be called professional pricks. They included John Kincaid and John Dick, which is a very...
What was his last name again?
Dick.
Thank you for that.
Dick. These two, their actions, helped set off the outbreak of witch hunting between 1661 and 1662. And they were later exposed as frauds and were imprisoned, which helped end the trials. So these dicks were, like, persecuting witches everywhere, like, saying that they were witches, pricking them and shit. And then later were found to be doing that. And then they were put in prison.
That's weird.
Yeah, so this is just fucked up. There's, a lot of fucked up people just doing fucked up things.
Because they were given the position to,
Position of
that's
power.
So awful.
It's like the Salem witch trials where we saw it was like people just started, like, loving that power. There, a couple of the other ways that they would torture witches, there was some high-profile cases, like one of John Fine. There's a lot of Johns.
John.
It's like Sarah's in Salem. There was so many Sarahs.
Marys and Elizabeths.
Yep. John Fine was one of the people accused of being a witch and of plotting the death of the king in 1590. His feet were crushed in a shin press known as the boots.
Oh, I don't like
That
the
was one of the
boots.
ones that we talked about.
I think I
you
had
talked
that
about
one.
it. Yeah,
I don't like das Boots.
Das Boots. So the good thing is cases like that, I guess, were like somewhat rare. They kind of just like straight up garroted you and
My
burned
feet
you.
hurt just thinking about that.
Confessions were definitely considered to be the best evidence, and they were always considered to be real no matter how they were gotten.
But it's not, though.
Yeah, but it's not. They were usually extracted by something called, quote, waking the witch, which was just keeping the person sleep deprived. After
That's
about
nice.
3 days, they would start to hallucinate, because that's just science. And this was the thing that provided them with some really fancy, fun detail for the witch trials, because they would start confessing because they're hallucinating.
Oh, God.
And on top of confessing, they're telling you all this crazy shit, like there's an elephant, like, crawling out of the wall over there, and don't you all see it? And they're
That's
like, you're
really
a witch.
scary.
So, and again, like I said, in Scotland specifically, convicted witches were usually strangled or garroted at the stake before having their bodies burned. And like I said, there were instances where they were burned alive,
No.
which is not cool.
I don't want any part of that.
No. Luckily, in the later 17th century, people started getting much more skeptical of this whole thing. It just wasn't, people weren't just buying into it as much as they were, which I think it's like the 1600s. I feel like everyone was like, bah, magic
All the
witches,
time.
ah! And then all
Everyone
of a
was
sudden,
just going,
ah! Just running around.
yeah. That
And
sounds
then
great.
The 1700s came and they were like, wait, guys, we were a little
We've been yelling.
We were kind of kooky back then. Let's move on a little bit.
We've been yelling for way too long.
We've been yelling. That's crazy.
Let's keep it quiet in these 1700s.
Well, and also things like economic distress started to calm down, which a lot of those things can bring on hysteria and witch trials like we saw in Salem.
yeah.
So that stuff was starting to
LOL.
subside.
When's the next witch trial?
Exactly. Set your watch. Of course, there were definitely still occasional local outbreaks of witch hunting, and the last recorded mass executions were in 1706, and the last trial was in 1727. The Scottish and English parliaments merged in 1707, and the unified British Parliament repealed the 1563 Witchcraft Act in 1736. So, that Witchcraft Act of 1735 that came after the 1563 one?
Sure.
That was actually still on the books until midway through the 20th century.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. It just
They're
stuck around.
Maybe.
But in recent years, Scotland has begun a resurgence back into like ancient pagan and Celtic traditions and wage, which is cool.
Yeah,
like they're
that
starting to
sounds
just
cool.
like bring it all back again, because that's what they do. I feel like Europe just like has it right.
They do.
Like they just have it right.
It's more
man.
fun there.
Like all our listeners over there, you have it right.
Well, I say it's more fun there. I've never been there, but
But it just seems better.
yeah, it does.
I mean, America's great. It's fine. But so Scotland has this huge festival in Edinburgh led by the Beltane Fire Society now. One of the main aims of this festival, according to the website, is, quote, to advance the education of the general public in the traditions of the Celtic lunar calendar fire festivals and their relevance to contemporary culture. So they're trying to, like, educate the masses on the old Celtic lunar calendar.
That's interesting.
And just, like, show them, like, why people used it then, show them that it can be used now. Like, just bringing back
Traditions.
cool spiritual things, which is cool. There's also things, and these have become bigger now. They're called Clutie Wells.
I like that name.
These are something that could have got you accused of witchcraft and burned at the stake back in the 15 to 1700s. But even today, they still live on in contemporary Scotland, and in the UK and Ireland and England a little bit.
What are they?
So, there's actually one, I'll explain what they are. There's one in Monlocky on the Black Isle, and it's the most popular because it is apparently huge and super spooky in, like, a good way.
Ooh.
So, a Clutie Well is from the Scottish word for cloth, and it is a pagan tradition of offering a piece of cloth to the nature spirits for healing purposes.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. So, the person looking for help from the spirits brings a piece of cloth to the Clutie Wells and ties them on a branch of a tree. Clutie Wells are usually in the woods, like in some cool little, just like foresty area.
I like that.
As the rag rots, the pain and suffering is supposed to fade along with it. So it's cool.
I love that.
And it's considered really bad luck to remove any of these offerings.
Yeah,
like,
don't be doing
everybody
that.
can go in there. They encourage people to go visit them and everything, but you are not supposed to touch any of these. Forestry Commission Scotland actually actively encourages people to still offer rags to
That's cool.
Yeah, they just require the cloth to be biodegradable.
Which, yeah, totally.
Which one makes sense. And they're also like, the nature spirits are probably going to be more pleased if you offer a biodegradable cloth.
Exactly.
Instead of one that's just going to hang on forever and not aid in regrowth at all. That gives you a little bit of a background on how Scotland viewed the witch trials, how a couple of their little instances, which brings us to the Paisley witch trials, which took place between 1696 and 1697. On August 17th, 1696, 11-year-old Christiane, I believe that's how you say it, Christiane Shaw, who was the daughter of a local landowner, John Shaw, of Bargarin.
Yeah.
She came into the kitchen, and she saw one of her family's servants, Catherine Campbell, steal a drink of milk.
Which is rude.
By steal a drink of milk, I mean that she walked into the kitchen and saw Catherine Campbell literally just drinking a little milk. And this little shit was like, that's my family's milk. That's not some common servant's milk. She didn't say that on record, but in my opinion, that's what she said.
Yeah, she sounds like a bitch
And that's
already.
how she said it. She didn't even have a Scottish accent when she said it.
That's fine.
She became American when she said that.
Yeah, I believe it.
So Shaw told Catherine that she was going to narc on her. She was like, get ready. And then she immediately reported her to her mom. She was like, bitch is drinking our milk, she's stealing. So
Wow,
Catherine,
what a little shit.
Right? That's just shitty. Just let her have a drink of milk.
Yeah,
Jesus
she
Christ.
literally
You didn't
does
buy that
everything
milk.
for you.
Like, girl, you're 11.
She probably milks that milk.
Yeah, she probably got it. So Campbell was obviously thinking, what a bitch.
Yeah.
Right? And allegedly cursed the little girl, straight up telling this 11-year-old that the devil would, quote, haul her soul through hell. Which I think is, A, so metal, and 2, also super disproportionate as a response. But, like, you do you, Catherine.
Also, it kind of sounds like you when you're having a bad day.
It does. I'm going to haul your soul through hell.
I'm going to start saying that to people in
That's
traffic.
a great. I just love it. That's just great. So Christiane was like, yeah, okay, bitch. Then 4 days later, Shaw encountered Agnes Naismith, who was an old woman who was supposed to be a witch. She just, like, ran into her, which was a little weird. At first, they were like, that's weird. But then the following day, August 22nd, Shaw, Christiane, became violently ill with fits, similar to the symptoms reported a few years earlier in the Salem witch trials in America in 1693. Which is promising, because we all know how legit those were, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
they were super real.
So scary.
Yeah, totally. So after 8 weeks of this shit, like having fits and shit.
Like, wouldn't you get bored?
Yeah, I would think so. She was committed to the cause,
Well,
man.
there's not much to do
Yeah,
back then.
exactly. So she was just committed to
She's
it.
like, I'm not doing my chores today. I'm having a fit.
I mean, Catherine told her she was going to have the devil haul her soul through hell.
She was
that's a
probably a little
serious
worried.
thing to say. So after 8 weeks, her parents took her to see the really well-known Glasgow physician Matthew Brisbane. He could find no cause for these symptoms.
Oh,
no medical cause,
okay.
which is shock-a-lock. For 8 days after her visit to the doctor, she seemed to have been getting better. But then, quote, the fits returned with increased violence. She would become as stiff as a corpse and be senseless and motionless. I mean, snitches get stitches, Christiane.
I can't take you seriously saying that at all. We are like two of the most like I can't.
I'm just saying. I mean, you got it.
Oh, that was great.
You narked. So her parents took her back to the doctor after that, after she started having these, like, having the fits and becoming stiff as a corpse and senseless and crazy. And by the time they arrived back in Glasgow, she had begun to pull out of her mouth balls of hair that she claimed to have been put there by those who were bewitching her.
Ew.
And then she began pulling other, like, trash out of her mouth, like straw, pins, eggshells, orange pills, excrement, and bones, coal, gravel, chicken feathers, and cinders.
If she was making this shit up, that girl was apt.
And sometimes during these crazy-ass fits, she would be heard talking to Catherine Campbell, who was not there. And she would, like, be pleading for her to stop.
Oh, no.
So,
I see where this is going.
I mean, when you're pulling like, eggshells and, like, excrement and bones out of your mouth, like,
I call that being committed to the
you've
cause.
really committed to the cause. So, those were clearly bonkers symptoms. But then she also would get violent pinch marks all over her body. And then she would fall into a trance where she would seem deaf, dumb, blind, or even dead sometimes. She would just fall into a, like, legit trance.
What the hell?
And then she would start citing, like, theological points from scriptures and intellectual things that were, like, way beyond her.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. And, like, and they said that sometimes, like, allegedly she would successfully predict, like, future events, like things that would happen the next day and shit.
So do we really think that maybe she was?
I don't know, man.
Was her soul, like, just going through hell?
I don't really know. Was it getting hauled through hell?
I don't know.
And then she would obviously contort her body, you know. They said she would bend almost double upon herself. Her eyes would sink back in her head until they seemed to disappear. And she would fly across her classroom and would be able to pick things off the ground without the use of her hands.
Totally.
Which I'm like, yeah, that definitely happened.
You're like, that is just talent.
I mean, pictures or it didn't happen.
Cirque du Soleil or Bewitchment. You decide.
You decide. Now, to be honest, this seems very exaggerated. And with the magic of modern knowledge, she was probably suffering from Munchausen syndrome.
Probably.
And was just pulling shit out of her mouth to be dramatic. But who knows? Now, with the Dr. Brisbane unable to give any real... Like, they still couldn't find an actual thing that was going wrong with her. Her family and their local parish minister concluded that she must be possessed and she must be being tormented by witches. Because if she doesn't have an ailment, it can't be her psychological issues.
Totally
It's
not.
got to be bewitchment. So, obviously, this was a common occurrence in England and Scotland and, you know, the Salem witch trials. So, this was not something that was weird. Just airware at this time. So the church set up a weekly fast and prayer meeting at Beargaron House, and Shaw's father appealed to the authorities that those that his daughter named needed to be arrested because she started naming names. She obviously initially identified only Catherine Campbell and Agnes Naismith, but then she started implicating others, kind of like in the Salem witch trials when those girls just started naming names of people that they just wanted to fuck with. Eventually, 35 people were accused. Yeah. Now,
how'd you even know 35 people back then?
Right, like, I don't
Isn't that
even
your
know
entire
35.
town?
Like, how do you name 35? I can't name 35 people.
Right.
Like, I'm 33 years old. This is an 11-year-old. Jesus. So, at the request of the Presbytery of Paisley, the Scottish Privy Council set up a commission to investigate this whole thing. And under the chairmanship of Lord Blantyre, the hearing opened on February 5th, 1697. Basically, this commission's thing was to decide whether there was enough evidence to move forward with the trial. Which I feel like in almost all cases, they were probably like, yep, let's go. So, eventually, 7 people that she accused were summoned to appear before a second commission in Paisley. They were Margaret Lang, John Lindsay, James Lindsay, John Reed, Catherine Campbell, Margaret Fulton, and Agnes Naismith. They were all charged with tormenting a number of people, including Christian Shaw. They did have an advocate whose name was James Robertson, and he argued that the prosecution had to rule out the possibility that any of these events surrounding the case could be explained by natural causes before conviction could safely be secured. So he was like, this is fine, but you guys need to prove beyond a doubt that this shit that she's experiencing isn't natural or medical.
Oh.
Like, you need to figure this out. So Dr. Matthew Brisbane was the one that was like, can't find any reason for this. So James Hutchinson, who was the minister of, I'm not going to say this right, and I apologize, Scottish listeners, the minister of Killalan, which was about 5 miles north of Paisley, delivered a sermon to the commission, which was normal. Like, you'd think that they wouldn't have a minister come into a trial and, like, deliver a sermon
these days.
But this was very commonplace for any, like, a member of the clergy to come to the court and speak at the trials. So it was not uncommon for these members of the clergy that ended up coming to do sermons at these trials to actually be very instrumental in the conviction.
Oh.
Yeah. Which is crazy now.
Why, though?
They just, they held a lot of weight because religion was huge back then. So their sermons held a lot of weight.
Huh.
This particular minister, James Hutchison, he placed a lot of importance on the fact that he said there were witches' marks on the bodies of the accused. And when they decided to say, there's explanations for these witches' marks, they're birthmarks, or this, they're that, he decided to cast a ton of doubt on that. So he said, quote, "And however doctors may say such and such things of it," a witch's mark, "we know not upon what ground. It may be that they have been butted and bribed to say such things." So the jury, who was now worried that and being threatened by the prosecutor that if they acquitted the defendants, they would be, quote, "accessory to all the blasphemies, apostasies, murders, tortures, and seductions, etc., whereof those enemies of heaven and earth shall hereafter be guilty when they get out."
What's that mean?
So, basically, the jury was told, you want to make them not guilty? That's fine. That's totally on you. But you're going to be an accessory if anything happens after they leave this court. If anyone accuses them of anything, you are accessories now and you'll be put on trial.
That's, not fair.
So, of course, they found all 7 of the accused.
Because they're like, bye.
Because they were like, nope, not doing that. So one of those convicted, James Reed, committed suicide by hanging himself in his prison cell, using a handkerchief attached to a nail on the wall.
That's really sad.
Before he could be publicly executed. The remaining 6 were garroted and then burned on the Gallows Green in Paisley on June 10th, 1697. It was actually the last mass execution for witchcraft in Western Europe. John and James Lindsay were brothers. They were aged 11 and 14.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They
awful. Held each other's hands as they were garroted together.
Oh my God, no. I can't think of that.
Yep. Catherine Campbell, devil's gonna haul your ass through hell.
Bet you wish she didn't say that.
Yeah. She's like, well.
She's like, I stand by that, you little bitch.
She's like, you know what? In hindsight, maybe hyperbole was not the best thing to use in that situation. She was carried struggling and screaming to the execution site.
Oh,
she did not go easy.
I wouldn't either.
And she, quote, called down the wrath of God and the devil on her accusers before being killed.
That's what I would do, too. You're going to die anyway. You might as well stir the fucking
You gotta
pot.
stir some shit before you leave. Margaret Fulton, at this point, apparently had become insane by this whole thing.
Probably.
And she, quote, spoke cheerfully about visits to Elfland and the abode of the fairies on the backs of magical horses.
Sweet angel.
So basically, Margaret was a good time.
Poor thing.
Margaret Lang admitted to consorting with the devil, but said she had renounced sin and was now reconciled with God. So she was like, yeah, I did some shit with the devil back in my day, but now I'm bros with God. And they were like, too bad.
It's a little too late for that, Marge.
Yeah, like poor Mark. So
Poor Mark.
Poor Marg.
Oh, I was like, who's Mark?
I mean, poor Mark too, I guess. Agnes Naismith really did the damn thing.
Well, she was like a legit witch.
Yeah,
like
and
a known
Agnes
witch,
was
right?
not fucking around, and I am so on Agnes's
What she
level
said.
here.
What she said.
She laid a, quote, dying woman's curse on every person present and all of their descendants.
Fuck yes.
So for many years afterwards, every tragedy in the town was blamed on, quote, the witch's curse.
Fuck yeah.
I 100% plan to lay a curse on some shit before I hit the road for good.
Well, I would only do that if necessary, but I would do it.
No, it doesn't even need to be necessary. I'm just going to lay curses on something.
Good. As long as it's not me or my descendants.
No, it'll be something awesome, but it's going to happen. Because it's the only time you get to do that, is when you're hitting the dusty trail.
That's true.
That's the only time. So you got to make it work.
Woof.
So one account of the executions state that this is rough. Some of the condemned were still alive when their bodies were burned.
No thanks.
And that the executioners borrowed a walking stick from someone in the crowd, and they used it to push the victims' moving limbs back into the fire.
Oh, God.
The guy who they took that walking stick from, poor Mark, was named Mark. yeah, so see, there you go. Was named Mark Canavan, and so they went to give him back his walking stick, and he was like, nah.
It's yours now.
I'm good. Because not only was that gross, but he was also like, no, it's come in contact with witches, and I'm not touching that.
No, like burning witches?
Yeah.
Well, not witches, but...
So their remains of these accused witches were buried at a crossing now known as Maxwellton Cross, and a horseshoe was placed on top of the burial site to keep the curse casual and like at bay.
But it didn't.
Christiane Shaw, I would love to say that she, ended up becoming like a vagrant, but she went on to become a pretty big force in Paisley's industrial history. And she became the driving force behind the Bargarian Thread Company. And she outlived several husbands.
Yeah, she sounds like she would have. We said a few weeks ago that, like, the worst people
they really
live
do.
The longest.
Well, and you know how she got her success? She copied, because Paisley is known for its, thread and cloth. That's, what they're known for. She got her success by copying spinning techniques and possibly stealing parts of machinery from the Dutch.
Oh. So she cheated her way to the top.
Yeah, so she became successful for stealing ideas and shit after condemning people to die for stealing a sip of milk.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah, that's great, Christiane. That's great. So, weirdly, the horseshoe that they placed on the site disappeared while roadwork was being done in the 1960s.
Oh.
And after that, the economic decline in Paisley started happening since 1970 and has been blamed by some on Agnes's curse.
Oh, girl.
And so, because of that, and because, Europe doesn't fuck around with curses, the horseshoe was replaced in 2018 with the dedication of a whole new memorial on the spot, which reads, I love this, quote, pain inflicted, suffering endured, injustice done.
I like that.
I love that, because it's like, pain
We're
happened,
sorry.
there was suffering, and injustice happened. Like, they weren't like, justice
They
was done.
recognized
Yeah,
it.
they recognized, like, this is fucked.
It is.
So, interestingly, just as a final thought, experts now think that the Paisley witch hunt was actually modeled or inspired by the Salem witch trials.
Word gets out.
Yeah, I mean, word gets out. Maybe they knew it was happening over in America.
Makes sense.
So, and now at the site of all this, at the site of the executions, is apparently a ton of ghost stories. So maybe in a future episode, I'll go into the paranormal bits of this.
We'll cover my ghost stories.
Because we'll definitely come back to Scotland for more witchy goodness, because I wanted to focus mostly on this one trial.
That was interesting.
Yeah, isn't that interesting?
I liked it.
So those are the Paisley witch trials.
Don't go drinking milk in people's kitchens.
Don't
where
do
you're not
it.
Supposed to.
And don't tell 11-year-old little bitches that the devil's going to haul their ass through hell.
Oh, when I was a babysitter, I would have loved to say that to
Right?
a few 11-year-olds.
Who hasn't wanted to do that? So, hope you guys dug that.
And in the meantime, follow us on Instagram
Yeah.
at
Morbid Podcast.
and send us an email at
morbidpodcast@gmail.com.
and tweet us at
A Morbid Podcast.
and join our Facebook group.
Morbid: a true crime podcast.
Donate to our Patreon if you feel so inclined at.
Patreon.com/Morbid Podcast.
And please, for the love of God, go check out the website created by my lovely co-host, Alaina, at
morbidpodcast.com.
Keep listening.
And keep
it weird. But not so weird that you drink milk in somebody else's house and then you tell her that you're going to haul her devil soul through the devil and then everything dies and curses.
Yeah, don't do that.
I don't even know what I just said. Bye.
Bye.